Good morning. I am putting together a home assignment for those moms who are reading Dragon Valentine or of your New Year's Valentine. So, this story that I also read to you, the first strawberries. So, the Valentine, since this is Heart Month, is the shape of a heart. It's the only fruit that's the shape of your heart, and it's good for your heart because it's full of fiber. So, for the Native Americans, Cherokee folklore love story, the I chose polka dot. This is a polka dot because, and the white polka dot is a unripened strawberry. So that would be for our girls. I took singer sewing classes as part of the Girl Scouts in Oklahoma, and with my cousins, we went to the singer sewing classes together, Lisa, Lynette, and Shelly. So this polka dot, you would take to make a strawberry, and because the children are young, if you're teaching a person who just got their pencil skills, and you can buy in the dollar store their pencils that come already sharpened, so you don't even have to worry about going to the sharpener. So what you're going to do is you're going to first, when you sew, as you know, a square becomes rounded. So you want to have, let's look at the top here. See, underneath there's a heart. I have the V shape, and then I go the octagon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not an octagon, it's a hectagon, right? For 6 sides. So you're going to take a piece of fabric, a square, and you're going to first draw it on paper with the child or with the adult. Anyone needing to create something for themselves that represents that love. So you're going to do the hectagon. And this particular one that I made with my aunt, now her husband had just passed. So even though she's a master seamstress, she was the seamstress in the church, you're going to just buy, what I buy is the hem tape, so you can iron it. The adult, the woman, or I won't even say adult, I'll say the person who is able to handle the iron, you're going to use the tape, because that way, the hem tape, because the two fabrics, you don't have to worry about sewing them. You just add heat to it, and it becomes very adheres just as good as if you sewed it. Then the other thing, to close my little pouch, I got the, here you go, is the Velcro. So I put a little Velcro in here so you don't have to worry about, putting in zippers in. This is a first early stage project. Or someone who's going through depression, this is a good project for a person who's sort of into themselves. Like in that story, the first strawberries, when the husband yelled at the wife, she got into depression. And so she went on a long, long walk and sort of, like a sleepwalking state. That's what depression is like. And right now we're in a state of dealing with COVID that a lot of us are dealing with that. So this project is perfect for therapy. So at the top, you can go to Michael's, or I go to Sophistications, where someplace, if you're doing stuff for classrooms and you have to do it for a lot of children, you don't have a lot of money. Sophistications is an inexpensive fabric store. There are people who are very wealthy and they want to focus on perfection. So they'll want me to upload something to Joanne's, or, why didn't she have a pattern book of her own? And so we get into all this excellence. We want to be simple right now so that we can just feel that sense of calm within us and bring it out. So this is I got a yard or half a yard of a very, very soft brown. So it's like a chocolate strawberry. But those of you who want to do real ripe strawberries and want it in green, you can choose green. You can choose whatever you like. If it's a white chocolate strawberry, then put whatever is in your consciousness. Now, in my garden, I like the idea of a butterfly flying in my garden. So what I did was I got these iron-on butterflies, and they were at Walmart. Walmart is a great place. Because you can find these beautiful, they have a beautiful sewing section. So this is also an iron-on. Nothing I had to sew. Very simple. So we could just sit side by side. And she said, Shelly, show me. And I said, Auntie, correct me. So I got to have a nice sewing class with her. So this is what you want to do. You want to do this triangle, hectagon. And then you're going to leave enough space at the top to create like a V, so that you can have that little thing. Now, the other fun thing to this little pocket, what do you call it? Like I have change in it. So somebody can collect their money. When I'm cleaning house, I find pennies and dimes and stuffed coins that fall out of the house. So I put them inside the strawberry. Now, the other thing is, you see this red elastic? This shape would be perfect also for a child's mask. So use the red elastic, and you can cut it, measure the child's head. And you can put this on their face as a mask. You could stuff this with cotton batting to make this coin purse also a heart. So that's one thing. So it can be a coin purse, it can be a mask. It could be even a wristband. Like I was thinking, like if the kid is taking candy or a little treat, you can put it on you could take the elastic and turn this into a wristband. So they could have in it their house keys. So if you were trying to give them something to carry their house keys, or little reminders of what they had to do for the day. So in the story, because the dragon Valentine, it would be Mia sharing this with her Chinese friend. But what if her Chinese friend wanted to make one too? So you could get a fabric that is Asian in theme. So here I have picked out this fabric. Look at it. It has a beautiful, if you look up close, it's a mean garden. So you can see inside it a woman, an Asian woman, a Chinese woman in her lotus garden. So you could take the same exact fabric and you could create it in a heart shape and do the same thing and turn them into masks. Now, for my upbringing as a little girl when I moved to Boston from Oklahoma, Shaka Khan was popular. So I see this in CVS, these big red lips. And it reminds me of the time that I moved here. And so when I was a teenager, we would be listening to Shaka Khan. And I think any teenager should look up and mom should look up the history of Shaka Khan. Now, she has the name Shaka, which is Shaka Zulu is like Mandela's people over in Africa, right? So he was the leader of an African tribe. And Khan is Kublai Khan. So Kublai Khan was an Asian leader. So look up Shaka and look up Kublai Khan, and then you understand what Shaka Khan, who was an African American with Native American culture, she was taking on these two images, and she would sing. Now, in my story, I talk about Mia having her bulletin board full of sweethearts. So here I found a mask at CVS that has the cutie pie, adore, kiss you. So this is awesome. It's already made for you. So if you have a friend that you like, if you have a friend that was born a grandma like me, because I'm a grandma now and I was born in 1961, you might go bring her tomorrow a mask with Shaka Khan or a mask with the sweethearts. And don't bring her any candy because you can bring her strawberries and remind her of a new way to do things. We don't have to do the old way. We got to stay hip hop, keep up with these kids, And they asked me, Mom, do you like Nicki Minaj? Do you like Cardi B? oh, she's vulgar. She's talking about this and that. And I said, you know what? I love the fact that the movie Lady Day is coming out. When the Europeans saw the blacks in their nudity, and they saw the Native Americans in their nudity. And even my mom, she went to visit my best friend in Hawaii, and she talked about how they told the Hawaiians in their nudity that they were vulgar, and they were not. That was their natural color. Then they took our dance and our women in their nudity and created the clubs, right? So they have like people like Josephine Baker dancing in all in their nudity, and then guys getting all excited and bringing money. So young girls have to, at this stage, like this, these little pouches would have been what we would use to when a young girl's body is turning a certain way, and she can carry her private things in it. But we have to teach her. In Chinese, the word for heart and for mind is one, xin. So we teach in Sunday school and in our homes that you're precious, right? That you're loved. And that means your mind, your body, and your spirit. And you're in that stage of growth. And even moms, when they get older, there's a story, there's a passage in the Bible that talks about, it's Proverbs 31, and it says that even is more precious than rubies. Well, rubies are red, right? So in the story of Aladdin, where in the Middle East, right, a girl would want a ruby more than she would want a diamond. But the ruby of your mind is like your heart. Your heart is red like a ruby. Your mind, gray matter, is not red. But your heart and the things you feel govern what goes on in your head, how you feel, whether you're happy, whether you're depressed. So you govern that by what you think. So you start out with a prayer and meditation over your own spirit. Then you'll determine how you're going to treat other people and how you're going to allow others to treat you. So this project that I'm teaching you about the heart, is a great way of a mom or teacher or someone taking care of their nieces to show them that you're loved, that you're precious, that you're beautiful. And then you make something for your grandmother. It's like I brought a beautiful package of perfume and soaps and so forth for my mother-in-law and my mom, because when women get older, if you notice, they're always sort of depressed. They're like, oh, nobody loves me. You're not showing me any appreciation. Especially when kids go off to college. I don't hear from you. You don't call me. You forgot about me. So you have to pick up the phone and say, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Send them a Valentine's card. Send them, when you show these things, send them a face mask from your university. Send something that says, so they don't have to worry about you. Who's your roommate? Oh my God. My mother she would come to the orientation with me, and she was wondering who my roommate was. And my first roommate in college, I met her at the freshman orientation. And she was from Newton. Her name was Linda McCall. And then I'd meet all the other girls that would come in, Monique Harris and Val. We all met at the orientation for Black students at UMass. And we all were like, ooh, that's my girl. Ooh, I like her. And that's because they reminded you of somebody in your family, usually a cousin. And that made you feel like, ooh, I can feel loved. I got somebody here that's thinking about me and makes me feel like family. And so you choose, I want the person to be my roommate, or that person to be my best friend. And you cherish them. So you cherish them for life, and you cherish yourself, and they cherish you. When you hear bad things going on or concerns, you pray. We say, oh, I hope my generation is doing okay. This is, tough to go through these trials and listening to this. So we have to turn off and say, I'm not going to listen to the child today. I'm not going to listen to Cobra today. I'm just going to make a little pouch for my granddaughter. I'm going to make this for my niece. And then when I want to share a book, sometimes I hear the first thing, I don't have any children in my family. I said, but you know people. You know, you have Sunday schools, you have nieces, you have nephews, you have the neighbor's child down the street. You know, we love children. So you think of something creative, you say, oh, and like I love the dollar store. You could, like, if you want to pretend, oh, I can't make, people say to me, oh, you need to go get, why isn't there a doll made after your books? I'm like, come on, go to the dollar store, go whatever, and you find a doll. Like I found this little dollar store doll. This is just as cute. Look, she even has doves on her, you know, that would be similar to the crane. So I don't go crazy trying to figure out if I can get a Mia doll or what's the other one's name? Ling doll. You could go find one, this cute little doll. If it's looks Asian or it looks like somebody you know, oh, so you say, oh, we'll just play Mia and Ling with the dolls that we have. You know, no biggie. As they say, no. I love it when this generation say, it's another no biggie or something like that. I forgot what the slang is now. But in my area, we'd say nada. You know, oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. You know, I try to keep up. I do. But, and then boys, your girls, you're going to want something. And oh my God. Oh, if it's not from Tiffany's, if it's not, I found this affordable company that I used to work for called Brighton, full of hearts, you know. And then you find different things. Oh, I don't like silver. I like gold. Well, find out what your sweetheart likes. Give her forget me not. That's something. Something to remember you by, right? And wonderful memories that you have of your friends is something to remember you by. So that's a project that you can remember. The Rochelle O'Neill Thorpe, also childhood name Shelley O'Neill, that you can remember me by. And my book, Mia and Ling, inside that story, A Dragon Valentine, A Dragon Heart, is a way to remember how to make friends. So, oh, when I had to leave Oklahoma and come to Boston, I didn't go back often. And then when I studied Asian culture, some people tried to make me feel I was being disloyal to my Black and Native American culture. And I said, no, I like Bruce Lee. I'm curious about these people. And they look like my folks. They look like the Sioux and the Cherokee. So I'm curious. And because I used to love when I go into the Chinese restaurants and they had these women riding these horses. I'm like, they're like my women that ride horses. In fact, my son went to China during the Olympics in 2008, and he bought this painting back for his sister. This is a picture he bought back for his sister, who was born year of the horse. Isn't that cute? I don't know who the artist is, but I know that whatever they did, he said, oh, ma, because, you know, in Chinese, the first word you learn is ma. So the word ma for horse is also ma for your mother. And when, you know, mommies get real mean, they say, ma, leave me alone, ma. Me, I get real, when my mother's adding pressure to me, I say mother. She says, oh, I know. When she's saying mother, she's like, back up. She says, why are you calling me mother? You better not use that other word. I'm like, no, but I'm letting you know, you mother, I heard you. Anyway, guys, bye.